Okay, Owen, two things that I wanted to point out as you watch your videos and you can compare it to the Matt Delvo sample. I like a lot of stuff how you're getting, good movement this way. I think that you get a little bit of up with your stride, and it's really hard for me to scroll because I filmed it in such super slow motion, so I'm just going to hit play here. So you get that little climb. Let me take that back. Okay, just watch how you get a little bit of a hip climb versus just going forward. We always talk about it's like we're striding about 10 degrees downhill. Just a little climb there. And I think that throws off our timing because as you watch the Delvo video and I pinch in, you can see how your top hand's a fist away from your back shoulder. Okay. So now as we get going and as our stride is coming down here, watch what happens with your hands. See how you're just starting to come forward? And so now, at toe touch, we're starting to create more space, okay? The other thing that I would recommend, too, is that we get a little bit more stacked up, right? Like, oops. A little bit more stacked up like Delvo was on that 45-degree angle. That didn't show it real well. But just, you kind of see where he is, where you're back just behind your head just a little bit. But the big thing is, as we get that stride going more level, we won't start to have our hands starting to come forward as our toes getting in, right? So you just started a little bit with your top half, and you've created, again, more space between, look at where your top hand is relative to your back shoulder. Now, as you start moving, as your toes getting into the ground, see how you've created just a little bit more space as you've gotten your arms ahead. Now, as we zoom in, see all the space that you've created there, right? Just watch that and compare it to the Delvo example of how he kept his hands in tight. And that's what sets us up to just be a little bit around with our swing. Just watch your hand path. I'm going to hit play. See how you get that around type of action with it, right? And you end up in a pretty good spot. You do a good job of recovering, but you can just see watching your hands. See what a long path to the ball that's going to be right there. And what will help us is if we get our timing on our stride with just our hips going forward, we won't start to get our arms leaking out just a little bit.